Well, hello there, my little lobotomies, and welcome back to 31 Films of Halloween, Day 5. Whew, y'all. So today, we're going to be talking about a little film called Session 9. And Session 9 was released in 2001. It's directed by Brad Anderson, who is not shy about the dark stuff. He also directed The Machinist with Christian Bale, and if you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. He also co-wrote the screenplay with one of the actors in Session 9, and his name is Stephen Gavadon. Now, I feel like this is a very underrated and underappreciated and possibly an unknown film to most folks. I'm not sure how it went under the radar, but it's definitely a hidden gem. This is probably like the third or fourth time I've seen it. Obviously I don't like it because why would I have a copy? But for some reason it hit harder this time. Like, whew, gracious me, oh my. But Session 9 is about this asbestos abatement crew, and they win the bid for this new project, which they can't really turn it down because it promises a cool $10K. I mean, that's not too shabby. And that's a piece, too. The catch is they have to get this job done in the space of a week, which normally it takes them, depending on the size of the building, it could take a couple of weeks. So, and of course, these guys all have a past, and they all got personal histories, and they all got some drama, and that just makes the tensions between them escalate even higher. It's just a powder keg of testosterone up in this mug. Oh, yeah. One little thing I forgot to mention. All of this takes place in a state mental hospital. Danvers State Mental Hospital, to be specific. But still, I don't care where it's at. No! Why? I mean, I know it's $10K, but y'all can do DoorDash or some Instacart, something. Whew, no. So Danvers State Mental Hospital is actually a real place. It is in Danvers, Massachusetts. It was open from 1878 to 1992, and then at some point, like 2006, I think there was like a fire, and then they tried to rebuild it. But now this joint is luxury apartments. Excuse me? I don't think so. What kind of luxury is this? You sitting there watching your shows and the boogeyman shows up? No. Ain't no amount of rent that cheap. I will live in a box first. Because I'm a firm believer that those types of places have a certain energy. And I don't know what's going on here. My beard has a certain energy. They have a certain energy, and that energy just hangs around like a sloth out of a tree, and it sticks no matter where you go. It just latches on to you. Anyway, these guys need the money, though, because apparently this type of work does not offer a whole lot. But still, I mean, McDonald's might be hiring. Anyway, so on to our cast of characters. We have Phil, played by David Caruso. And we also have Hank, who is played by Josh Lucas. Now, Hank and Phil have a history because Hank snatched Phil's girlfriend right out from underneath his nose. Rude. So, and Hank is like, he ain't just a douche kazoo. Like, he's just an ass. Every time or every opportunity he gets, he's just like getting a dig at Phil. Like, I got your girlfriend. Oh, Phil, you should have just punched him. Well, anyway, we also have Gordon, played by Peter Mullen, and he's sort of like the leader of this whole asbestos team. And he has his own issues as well. He is a husband and a father of a newborn baby, but he doesn't seem very excited about fatherhood. And as an audience, we're like, what's up with that? There's something going on. Something going on here, too. Anyway, And then we also have Jeff, who is Gordon's nephew. And Jeff is played by Brendan Sexton III. And Jeff is just like one of these devil-may-care, flies by the seat of his pants young people. He's just there for the money, for the experience. He's goofy, you know. He's just a character. And then we also have Mike, played by Stephen Gevedon. And Mike he's an intellectual kind of guy. Like, he went to school to be an attorney, but for some reason changed his mind. And he's sort of the, not the withdrawn guy, but he's quiet and kind of keeps to himself. And you kind of get the impression that he really shouldn't be, he should be mixing with other crowds. So anyway, they go in to the state mental hospital to start working on this job, and they get a tour of the joint, and a lot of the set pieces in here are still leftovers from when the hospital closed. I mean, they're literally clippings from books and magazines taped to the walls in patients' former rooms. Like, this is actual stuff that people put on the walls in there. And they have like the hydrotherapy baths and all kinds of like archaic methods of helping patients out. Well, Mike's too nosy for his own good. All these boys is too nosy for their own good. Y'all learn a lesson. Mike finds this box of audio recordings. Well, he ain't got nothing else better to do, I guess. I mean, you got a job here to get done in a week, and you're going to plop down in a chair and just listen to audio recordings? Be my guest. But anyway, the audio recordings are about a former patient named Mary Hobbs. And Mary Hobbs suffered from multiple personality disorder. And she had 3 distinct personalities that were labeled the princess, the boy, and Simon. And these audio recordings, of course, because due to age, they have this warp that runs through them. Oh, God. And the warp distorts these voices in such a way, like, you can still obviously understand what they're saying, but it is creepy, man. Like, just sounds like they have this kind of underwater cadence to them. Whew. And of course, to make matters even creepier, Gordon, Mr. New Papa, he starts hearing this really warped sounding kind of voice in his head throughout the film. So as I said, tensions rise, things get uncomfortable. At one point, Hank ends up disappearing after he finds this whole cache of like silver coins and gold teeth and all kinds of other stuff in this, like, behind this loose brick and a wall, but it's right near the morgue. Don't be taking dead people's shit. Good Lord. That's some bad juju. Well, anyway, he disappears. And we also have Jeff, the nephew, who he has a phobia, nyctophobia, is the fear of the dark, and that comes into play later in the film. That scene was tense. I was like breathing hard. I'm like, get me out of here. So as it nears the conclusion, we're listening more and more to these audio recordings that Mike has found, and more into the personalities, and that kind of comes into play into the reasons why some of these guys are behaving the way they do. I don't want to give anything else away. You have to watch it. This movie is freaking awesome. I'm giving it 4.5 pumpkins. There is some moments where it kind of needs a little clarity, but I almost like the ambiguity of it all, so you're trying to figure it out for yourself and make your own conclusions. But if you like slow burn, psychological horror, it does get gory at the end, at the conclusion, but I think it's doable. Nothing worse than what you would see on the television. And yeah, like, go find this movie and watch it, man. It is really, really good. So until next time, if you're going to be working a job up in the mental institution, you better stock up on some Xanax.